Guys, got a full team back.
Yeah,
It's Tuesday. We're just done sprint planning to go over what we're doing this week. Jack, what are you doing?
yeah. I'm back on Athena this week. That's pretty much been my whole week, and pretty much for the next 2 months is just getting as much Athena modelling as possible. So this week I'll be focusing on the creatures, and today specifically I'm going to try and model Spike, our little baby T-Rex. See how far I can get with him.
Yeah, it's cool. For me, WooLoop, there's just a lot of small stuff that needs to be doing for WooLoop, so a lot of bug fixing. Hopefully I'm going to make a big dent on the UI as well, because we kind of need that done and dusted. But yeah, that's mainly going to be me.
Yeah, great. Yeah, for me, bit of work on the website, which I've done a bit yesterday, finished up today. And then Hexseed, pretty much going to be just getting a lot of Hexseed levels done, as many as I can towards the end of the week. Sort of figure out a plan of how many I want to get done per week as well.
Yesterday.
It is late on Monday, and a bit of a change of pace today. Been going through the website and making a bunch of updates to the way it looks. There's still changes need to be made to the homepage, and probably some other changes throughout, because we've pretty much come up with a new style for the game pages. So if you head over to the game pages now, you'll see that this has been updated here. New style for the header, and some other minor changes, like there was a read now button at the bottom here. Kind of redundant, because you can click on the picture to go to the store page, and you'll notice as well the background has been updated as well to make it look a bit more entertaining, a bit more game related. And yeah, in terms of the games, each individual store page has been updated as well. Obviously not much on the direct page, but if you head through to the likes of Hexseed, sort of broken up with some graphic assets in the background, more colours, making it look more like a game website than it was before, because it was very corporate before, I guess is a good way of putting it. And as well, adding a bit of motion, so you see at the top that the images disappear as you scroll and stuff like that. And yeah, it's been quite a long day, sort of figuring out a new pattern, a new style. Got a nice pixel effect, which works well for colouring pixels as well, which is great. Colours and stuff will need to be reviewed by Rob tomorrow, because obviously being colour by myself, I'm not too sure if these are the best, but these have pretty much been colour picked from the title, and then saturation reduced a bit, so it's not so in your face, a bit more of a pastelic colour. But yeah, all in all, pretty excited with the changes that were made. Again, most of it's just been fixing minor problems.
24 hours later.
Yeah, so I've been spending a lot of time working on the main menu. As you can see, we've got lots and lots of books down at the bottom now. Books, sorry, that's the wrong game. Galleries. A couple of pop-ups that you get as well. So this one, which is going to be the bonus gallery, just the same as the other games, we've got like Colouring Pixels and Hexseed. You click both of these links, it'll open up links to our social media, and then the bonus book unlocks, which is really good. But yeah, I've also added DLCs as well. That's why there's so many galleries at the bottom here. So we've got little buttons for the year 1 pass that we're thinking of doing, and then this button will link to the store page, exactly the same as Hexseed really. Yes, that's really good, and a couple of animations as well. You can see it sliding between the gallery transitions as well. So yeah, it's feeling a lot nicer.
Okay, so it's been quite a busy day for me. The most of the morning was spent on making this new fruit for Athena. We wanted to go for a more aggressive looking fruit, a bit of a spiky one, and I thought I would go for some red dominant colours. I'm not so sure on it yet. The topology is a bit messed up and the textures don't look as clean as they should be, so I may come back to make tweaks. It all just depends on how it looks like in game. But for most of this afternoon, I've been working on Spike again. As you can see, his forms are starting to come together now. He's starting to get a lot of character. It was Lee and Rob's idea to actually give him just one tooth, just to emphasise the fact that he's called Spike. He has got a spike on his head, but adding just one tooth kind of just encourages the fact that he's called Spike. And there was a few more things that I want to do to him. As you can see in the reference, he's got a few of these almost back panels, maybe like body armour, that essentially protects him from the back. And initially I was going to put those on the texture, but I kind of want to model those on just to add a bit more detail to him and give him a bit more depth. Like here, around here maybe. But yeah, I think I'm going to model those on tomorrow, and after that he should be ready to texture. His feet is a bit small, so I may make some tweaks to that as well. There is claws that are going to go on, so maybe the claws will help define his feet a bit more, but if they don't, I'm definitely going to have to work on those feet a little more. Okay, so it's about 10 in the morning on the Wednesday morning, and the last time I showed you guys Spike, he was pretty much starting to take form, but we eventually realised that his feet were looking a bit too small. So this morning I've pretty much been working on designing his feet again. You can see this is the old version of his foot, and I've essentially not built it from scratch, but I've essentially deleted the bottom of the foot and started sculpting a new one. And you can see it's coming together a lot better now. You can see that the feet is pretty much Not double in size, but it's a lot larger and dominant, and it's got a lot more definition. It is hard to see the details, so if I just quickly apply this modifier, you can see that the feet is definitely a lot more dominant than his last iteration.
Hey girl, you good? You excited to be back in the office, are you?
Okay, so I've just spent a little while doing some UV unwrapping on Spike, and I think I'm done. As you can see, all the UV islands have been packed nicely, and there seems to be no stretching on the squares on the checkerboard pattern. That essentially indicates that when he moves around, the textures won't stretch around and become all messy. So yeah, I think he's ready to be starting to texture up now, and hopefully by this afternoon I'll have something else to show.
So 4 PM on Wednesday, and I've just posted the WooLoop progress report, so it's just all the bug fixing I've been doing, as well as the other progress we're making, such as the new levels and changes to UI. And yeah, a bit of fluff at the bottom about the live streaming and the merch and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, the rest of my day has been Hexseed, and made a very brief breakdown over here on OneNote, just noting how many levels left to do and how long it'll take me to do those levels, because ideally we want to get all the Hexseed levels finished a week before the release of Hexseed, which happens on the 25th.
Okay, so it's about 4:30 on the Wednesday afternoon, and I've got a lot of the texturing done for Spike. There's only a little bit more to go. I actually made quite a lot of progress today, more than I thought I would. Right now, I just need to finish off the legs and maybe add some more detail to the chin. Lee suggested giving him some almost stripes on his chin, sort of like a whale. And I haven't tried that out yet, but I want to see how it looks. And I think I'll be doing a similar pattern for the legs, similarly to how I've done the back. I'm not sure how it's going to look, as I don't want to make the design look a bit too crowded. So at this point, it's just tweaking the texturing, and then after this, I should be rigging. Okay, so it's currently 1:45 on the Thursday afternoon, and so far it's been a really productive day. I managed to get all the texturing done for Spike. I got a little render out of him just to see everything in detail, and it looks pretty good. The guys seem to be happy with it as well. I'm not sure if I'll be making any more tweaks to it, as I'm quite happy how it is, but if the guys think of anything to do, I can easily add it in later. For the rest of the afternoon, I've been working on rigging him. The rigging's coming on quite nicely. Unfortunately, it is just a long job to do, but if it's done right, it'll save me a lot of trouble for the animation in the future. So far, I'm currently doing some weight painting, which essentially is a way for Blender to determine what bone controls what part of the body. As you can see on the head, everything is red, as these bones here will solely control the head, and blue essentially means it has no control over. So if I move the head now, you should be able to see that the head moves individually to the body. You can see there's a little bit of stretching on the neck there, but that's normal, as well the neck would move with the head. But yeah, it's taking a little while, it is a long job, but hopefully by the end of the day, he'll be ready to animate.
Yes, the past couple of days I've been a bit all over the place really. A lot of it's just been bug fixing various bits and bobs, but I've also made a couple of levels, which is kind of cool. This one I've just made now. I sort of wanted to go for like, try and make like the outlines like double-sided, so like each line has one colour on one side of the rope and another colour on the other. Just trying to see what that style looks like. I think it's turned out okay. But yeah, I've also done some ToastieLabs themed stuff for the bonus gallery that we're going to be doing. So we've got the ToastieLabs logo and the WooLoop logo. We'll be adding to that, of course. But yeah, I've just been timing them, and then hopefully we'll work out how long it's going to take to make all of the levels for the game.
Okay, so yesterday was a really productive day for me. It's about 9 o'clock on the Friday morning. I thought I'd give us a quick rundown of what I was up to for pretty much the whole afternoon of yesterday. I think the last time I left you guys, I was showing off the rig and how the bones performed in the rig. I think it looked something similar to this. So after that, I was pretty much working on making some controllers for the rig, as yes, I could move the bones, but it would make it a bit complicated to animate. So yeah, I actually finished the rig yesterday, and I'm really quite proud of it. This is a fully custom built rig, and I've added quite a lot of controls to make it easy for me to animate. So you can see here we've got a tailbone, which if we move it around, his tail will follow. So I can have his tail swinging around when he's walking. I've got a little arrow here for the head to follow when this moves around. So essentially, if I move this control around, the head will look at it no matter what. So if I want him to have looking to the left whilst he's walking, he can. I've got a pelvis bone, which allows me to control essentially the entire body, so I can make him bounce if I wanted to. And I've got the classic IK leg controllers, which means I can essentially have him walking. And I've got some knee bends here too. This took a while to do, but I'm actually quite proud of it. I'm not really a rigger by trade, so I was quite proud of how much I was able to get done. But from now, I think he's ready to go for animation, and that'll primarily be the rest of my day.
Okay, so today's been a bit of work on this level, which is the dartboard level. I basically had to stop on it yesterday because I came across a couple of bugs. Let's see if I can replicate the bugs here. Yeah, so when I've done these routes here, there's a little bit of extra rope that's sort of like left over at the start of the route, and it's just because the route's so small. So I've been trying to fix that mainly today. It's been a bit awkward, but we've also had a quick chat about the DLCs that we're planning on doing. So planning on doing 12, one for every month next year, and we were just basically trying to get the names down. So I'm going to be putting these in game now. So we've got Fantasy Book to start off with in January, on and on, Halloween, and then probably ending with a slightly larger Advent book. Probably do 24 levels in that one, and all the rest have 21. But yeah, I'm just going to work on putting that in the game now and sorting it all out with Steam, which I can't really show you. So.
Okay, so it's about 3:25 on the Friday afternoon, and Spike's pretty much completed now. I managed to get all the animations done. I'll quickly run through them. So he's got a walk cycle. He has a special animation that's unique to him, where he essentially just looks at his foot, checking out his nails. We have a sad animation, where his little horn goes down and he shakes his head. We have an idle animation, where he's essentially just standing still and breathing. And for the last one, we have happy. Definitely got some dog traits in there with wagging his tail. But yeah, he's pretty much done. He's ready to be tested in Unity, but until then, I think I'm just going to move on to the next creature, and I think I'm going to tackle the bird. So I'm going to do some sketching, get the design done, and then hopefully start modelling.
Hasn't been much of an update from myself in the past couple of days, and that's because it's all just been the same thing of making levels for Hexseed. Pretty good progress. I'm hitting the target about 15 a day. Still a few left to do today to hit the final goal for the week. If I jump into here, I did note down where I need to be. So I need to be on level 93 by the end of the week, and I'm just hitting over 80 at the minute. So a few more left today, but if I get that, then I'll be on target for next week as well.
Rob Lee, it's Friday. Friday. It's been quite a busy week this week.
Yeah. So the big news this week though is that the Colour Pixels on Switch Collection 2 store pages actually went live today. I think it was yesterday for some other regions, but all regions now have access to the store pages today. We'll be announcing that next week. Make sure you check out the store pages. You can pre-order now. On the same topic of Colour Pixels though, we also have the Autumn DLC that's coming out today as I've released this video. Still next week for us, but yeah, that's all been done and dusted for quite a while now because Jack's been quite ahead of the schedule for that.
I have.
But yeah, it's just the achievements next to do next week, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Good stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks to all Patreons. We've got cushions now. Thank you, Patreons. And thanks to everyone on Discord who keeps us going.
Yeah.